The calls come at all hours. Don't answer them, the police say. Screen them on the machine. Forward them to the station, even the crackpots. But Meredith does answer them. She answers all of them. And this morning, a little past 4, a man told Meredith that her daughter Christy was in Lake Jessup. In? Meredith asked. In? The man sighed. Meredith could smell the smoke over the line, the voice scratchy with nicotine. I don't know, ma'am. I'm just telling you what the Lord told me in a dream. The next moments were empty, edged in purple. Ron took the phone from Meredith's hands. He pulled her close, too tight. He trapped her forearms against her breast. He hushed her again and again, his words rising and falling over hers. It was only later, her own voice scratchy, that Meredith remembered screaming into the phone. You son of a, goddamn son of a. Over and over, her voice too high, shrill. After all this time, Meredith thought later, we still blame the mother. Meredith waits until 7, until Ron showers. She pulls on yoga pants and running shoes and walks down the wood stairs through the glass sliding doors. Outside, she glances at her roses, a hybrid that took her almost a decade to perfect. If she had time, she would tear them out by the roots, snap the heads off their green, sharp necks, let the thorns scratch her arms, her legs, bury the blossoms in her fists. It takes her 41 minutes to make it to Lake Jessup. She pulls off at the first exit, a brown state sign promising the real Florida experience. She follows a dirt road advertising airboat rides and scans the scrubs and strawberry patches and yards, spotted with beached boats and sinking sheds. There is no blonde head next to the stack of tires. There is no spaghetti strap scurrying behind a rusted trailer. If the newspapers are right, Meredith should be looking inside these little tin can homes. Christy might be in one, leaning on some cheap laminate counter, buying drugs from some troll who can smell a little suburban girl like Christy coming. Meredith lets her think of that so-called friend Zeke in the newspaper. She pictures him with his horrible piercings and his ill-fitting jacket, his fake little half shrug. She was into rainbow parties, you know. Meredith's stomach clenches and loosens. She covers her mouth. Just let her be alive. Meredith thinks it over and over, a chant by now that soothes her. It is day 6. The road ends at the edge of the lake. A painted sign reads The Black Hammock, and Meredith pulls into the empty lot. There is no one home, or there's no one here. She parks up front in the place reserved for bikers only and walks to a metal cage where an enormous alligator watches. The sign reads Sammy. The bars are rusted and there's a small dip in the concrete that's filled with water. There's no way this alligator could turn around. If Christy is alive, if she was taken and not at some rave or rainbow party, the best Meredith can hope for that is she is locked up somewhere. Meredith's phone rings. It's Ron. She answers but doesn't speak. Meredith? She walks to the dock. Next to it is a dumpster, overflowing and already rotting in late March. A vulture rips into a black plastic bag. Another flaps and settles on the chain-link fence. Meredith, are you there? Ron knows exactly where Meredith is. He's been tracing her phone for weeks. Mobile Me, James told her, tossing her cell on the bed. It's an app. I think it's even free. And then later, after, it's what I love about you. You notice everything and nothing. Just last week, Meredith spent all of her moments thinking of James, only James. This need for him woke her at night. She carried it with her, let it shape her. It was not unlike being pregnant with Christy. Every thought centered on her body and what it could do, what it needed, craved. I'm here at Lake Jessup. Meredith walks to the edge of the dock and studies the shrubs that line the shore. An alligator slides off the bank and buries itself in the brown water. This is the lake where they dump the alligators, Meredith remembers, when the reptiles get too large or too many dogs go missing. Christy told her about it. Her 3rd-grade teacher used the lake as an example of division, and Christy ran home and shouted, "Mom, there's 13,000 alligators in that lake." That's 422 alligators per mile, Mom. That's like 200 alligators just from our house to Ready Market. Christy spent days making life-size cutouts. The average length is 7 feet, and spreading them all over the yard. Just imagine it, Mom. None of those newspapers ever mention how smart, how really naturally inquisitive Christy is. Meredith, come home. Ron sounds winded. The police are here. They found some clothing, some underwear. His voice cracks, clears. They think it might be Christy's. Fear lights the back of her neck. What? Where? It was in the Andersons' boat. Ron lowers his voice. It doesn't look like something she would wear, I don't think. It's what do you call those? The string thing. A thong. The Christy from the news would wear a thong. But why would it matter? I mean, do they think the Andersons did something to her? Meredith thinks of Ross Anderson, his silver head bending over a fish hook, his fingers thick with arthritis. I just can't imagine. No, I don't know. Ron stops, and then it has fibers from her beach blanket, the one they found in the boathouse. and some fluids that they're investigating. Meredith moans. She bends at the waist. The phone falls on the dock. Later on the drive home, Meredith will wonder why Ron would tell her this fluid thing on the phone. How much does he know about James? How much does her husband want to hurt her, even now? And she will remember her own thongs. She will remember being with James in the boathouse, the phone watching from the wicker end table. She will not be able to remember a blanket. She has never been on the Andersons' boat. She will not feel hope exactly, but it will keep the fear from swelling her whole. Just let her be alive. But now, Meredith is on a dock over a lake that has no shoreline. The land breaks into the water, a thick cliff of mud and marsh. 13,000 alligators circle the waters. It would be so simple, really, to step off. It would be as easy as falling in love. Thank you.